We open up in a bathroom. Guy in a suit gripping the sink like he's trying to hold himself together. Something's seriously off. He stares into the mirror and whispers, "Who are you?" Like he doesn't even recognize the reflection staring back. On one side, we see him, white hair, clean cut, looking sharp. But in the reflection, totally different, black hair, casual shirt, a completely different guy. Bro stares into the mirror like, "What's my name again?" Dude's questioning reality itself. On one side, he's like Lee Hoyle, all normal. But the reflection? Dead serious, flexing, grand fel Claudie, Arpius Romeo. Like, "Sir, why does your name sound like a Wi-Fi password?" Then the reflection keeps going, successor of a great clan. And the real dude? He's already breaking down inside. Stats pop up, reality hits, and his brain just screams, "I'm so screwed." He's brewing tea like it's a royal ceremony. Slow, precise, every move screaming main character vibes. Now he's just calmly sipping that tea like life's totally normal, even though nothing about this situation is normal. Then it hits him. This isn't just random. He's literally inside the body of a character he created 12 years ago, back when he was just a middle schooler messing around. Bro's straight up reminiscing like, "Yeah, that was me second year in middle school." Peak cringe era unlocked. He's scribbling wild, muttering like a maniac. It's cooking, it's almost done. Then boom, kid's glowing like he just unlocked Super Saiyan tier imagination. He's screaming, "Ha ha ha, finally, my masterpiece. Another version of me, precious and unhinged as hell." He admits it. This cringe-fest character was born when he was peak puberty brain. Yeah, the era of bad decisions. And all of this, the weirdness, the drama, it's because of that game. History of the Arcana Continent. The game that swallowed his life, and now, apparently, his reality too. Dragons soaring, cities shining. This world ain't no ordinary fantasy. It's the legendary game, History of the Arcana Continent. One of the goats of VR gaming. A masterpiece so massive it was basically another world altogether. And get this, it reigned supreme. No other game could touch it, right up until its service got terminated. The game that had once been called legendary suddenly came to an end. On the very same day, Archana shut down. Shocking news broke. Raymond, the CEO of the company behind it all, mysteriously vanished. Crowds gathered, whispers spreading fast. Raymond's disappearance was no rumor. It was real, and the world was left in suspense. The ground shakes, people panic, and out of nowhere, Archana, the game world, just pops into reality. Cracks in reality split open across the globe. And through those breaks, monsters from the game start flooding into our world. Massive beasts, demonic creatures, straight out of Archana, now stomping through cities like it's their new playground. Everyone thought, "Yep, this is it. Game over. The world's done for." The world was literally on the brink, chaos everywhere. But then humans started merging with their game avatars. They weren't just people anymore. Nah, they became living cheat codes, rocking insane powers straight out of fantasy builds. And that's when a new era dropped. The era of players. The ones who could actually stand toe-to-toe with the nightmare creatures flooding reality. Players weren't just stuck with flashy powers. They had real in-game skills in their hands now, and the world was their battlefield. With those skills, they didn't just survive, they straight-up slayed monsters and became the protectors of humanity. People began worshiping them as the new heroes of this era. And me, sitting in my room, staring at the screen, I couldn't help but dream. What if I was a player too? What if I had that kind of power? He's sitting there, dead serious, finally coming to terms with reality. That fantasy of being a chosen one. Yeah, he knows deep down it's not him. Even if he awakened some insane powers, the truth hits. He wouldn't be the big star. He wouldn't be the hero everyone chants for. Just another face in the crowd. And then the harshest slap of reality, money. The VR machines that connect people to this world cost a fortune. Even renting one bleeds you dry every month. He couldn't even dream of affording it. The only words left echoing around him, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. His dad breaks down, apologizing, blaming himself for not being able to give his son the life he wanted. The collapse of his business crushed the family. His mom steps in, trying to calm things down, telling him it's not his fault. But the whole room feels heavy, like everyone's carrying guilt they don't deserve. And that's when reality hits hard. He realizes just how brutal and unfair life really is. The dream of being a player wasn't just out of reach, it was never even an option for someone like him. Our guy is literally ripping his hair out, regretting ever quitting the game. He's like, if I knew reality was going to pull this crap, I'd never have logged off. He's losing it because his level and stats are trash, barely even played for a year. Meanwhile, his awakened character is rocking a clean level 55. That contrast hurts. The white hair version of him just sips tea like royalty and casually goes, it's good. And the real him? He's about to lose his mind, muttering, I'm seriously going to go insane at this rate. Here he is, Grand Fel Claudie Arpius Romeo. The dude our MC created back in his cringy puberty days. And trust me, this wasn't just some throwaway character. Nah, he poured his whole heart, soul, and teenage imagination into this one. And the story? It all started with this, a noble, grand tale where countless people bowed before him. Granfell was born into greatness, heir of a proud family. But one night, everything turned to hell. His whole clan was wiped out by a demon, leaving him the last one standing. And with nothing left to lose, he swore vengeance. He picked up the blade, swearing to hunt demons until his last breath. Yeah, that was the super edgy, over-the-top backstory I cooked up as a kid. My masterpiece of cringe roleplay fuel. He's remembering how this whole persona was just some edgy thing he cooked up back in middle school, and honestly, it's haunting him now. Like, sure, it could have been a funny memory to laugh at years later, but nope. As an adult, it's just straight-up cringe fuel. Meanwhile, his character's sipping tea all classy like, ah yes, nostalgia. And our boy's losing it, screaming inside, shut up, me. Stop talking like that. Bro's stressing like crazy. He's imagining going to work tomorrow, still stuck with his overdramatic Dark Lord talk. Total panic mode. And guess what? His coworkers waste zero time clowning him. They're like, yo, ho Sai, with that shiny hair, you joining a K-pop group or what? Straight roasting him at the office. But our guy doesn't even flinch. He just straight up throws coffee in this dude's face. No hesitation. Cold. Ruthless. Peak unbothered energy. But our guy doesn't even flinch. He just straight up throws coffee in this dude's face. No hesitation. Cold. Ruthless. Peak unbothered energy. But his noble persona automatically takes over, and instead of normal words, he spits out, nobles do not bow down in the face of adversity. Meanwhile, his real self is losing it, thinking, bro, I can't believe this. Why does everything I say come out so differently? He wonders if this is what it really means to be a player, merging with the character you made. Other players said it felt natural, like slipping into a new skin. But for him, it's completely different, and he can't figure out why it's hitting him this hard. MC's like, man, I can't work like this anymore. Guess my only option is to be a player now. He's already accepted his fate. He hops on his laptop, fingers flying across the keyboard. Time to research, because bro's memory of Archana is stuck 10 years in the past. MC Saul, let's start Googling first, since I don't even know the basics of being a player. Man's trying to catch up on a decade of patch notes like cramming before finals. He explains how top players make insane amounts of money, raking in hundreds of millions just by clearing high-level rifts. The battles are brutal, but the rewards are massive. But then reality hits. None of that matters if your life's constantly on the line. To him, risking it all for cash feels meaningless. And now, in full dramatic mode, he declares, I, Granfell Claudie Arpius Romeo, have no interest in shallow material wealth. I've already tasted true abundance, so I feel no greed for such things. He starts searching, curious about what demon hunters are actually up to these days. The search results pop up, and it's shockingly short. Just 2 pages worth. He freaks out, like, seriously? Demon hunters barely have anything written about them? Outside of 2 wiki pages, It's nothing but random news articles. Hoyle is completely shocked reading the article. His face stiffens as the truth sinks in. The news confirms the Ikshan base, home of the demon hunters, has indeed fallen. The panel flashes gruesome imagery of corpses of hunters, all massacred, blood soaking the ground, swords and weapons scattered. His internal voice trembles. The Ikshan base was destroyed? We see the burning ruins of Ikshan. The narrator explains, Ikshan wasn't just any town, it was the holy land of demon hunters. The only place where this unique class could even exist. But now, it's nothing but fire, rubble, and corpses. Close-up of the protagonist's shocked face. Wait, this can't be right. It's not that no one plays Demon Hunter anymore. It's worse than that. A grave-like image of a Demon Hunter memorial, flowers, and incense burning. The role itself has been deleted from the world. R.I.P. Demon Hunter. Back in the day, the Demon Hunter class was already considered useless. Even 10 years ago, players avoided it like the plague. Not only were their stats embarrassingly low, but their skills lacked impact. Other classes had powerful combos, while Demon Hunters, well, they were just awkward to build. On top of that, leveling up was brutal. Instead of hunting monsters like everyone else, Demon Hunters had to grind through boring little quests just to gain experience. Here's the twist. While Demon Hunters looked useless against normal enemies when it came to fighting demons, they were unmatched. Their true potential only revealed itself against Hellspawn. But here's the problem. Demons only showed up in Demon Hunter exclusive quests. And those quests, absolute nightmares, full-on grind fests that nobody wanted to suffer through. So yeah, being a Demon Hunter wasn't just hard, it was laughable. The community treated the class as a joke. Nobody respected it. Nobody wanted to play it. He realizes just how bad things are. Being useless is one thing, but not being able to move forward to the next class? That's a death sentence in this game world. And with all the NPCs who use a handout quest gone, even simple bread delivery missions are impossible now. Pacing and thinking hard, he mutters to himself, desperate for any clue. If he can't get skills the normal way, maybe there's still hidden information out there he hasn't found yet. Then his screen lights up with the latest update notes and chat messages. Players are freaking out. Bread shuttle quests are gone. Demon Hunters are trending, and Archana's new patch is shaking up the entire game. His eyes glow as he stares at the screen, realizing something's about to change. The chat explodes with explanations. A player named Agel Wagon breaks it down. This update introduces entirely new demons, and only Demon Hunters are specialized to fight them. The main character freezes, repeating the word update under his breath. His confusion grows as he watches another player clicking away, like it's all routine. Then the system message flashes across his screen. History of Archana version 8.1.1. Reality update complete. The game has changed, and so has everything around him. Hell breaks loose. Demons erupt into the world of monsters, and the battlefield turns into carnage. Their presence alone is enough to overwhelm the players. The death toll skyrockets. These demons don't just hit hard. They unleash crippling debuffs, mental disruption, possession, things even high-level players can't resist. Level 200 veterans are falling like flies. Watching this unfold, the realization sets in. Demons aren't just a game mechanic anymore. They've appeared in reality. And if Demon Hunters haven't stepped in yet, maybe this update isn't just virtual at all. Bro's just sitting there in silence, but you can tell he's plotting something big. He hits us with the real question. Wait, what if I'm literally the last Demon Hunter left after action? Eyes. Then boom, time glitch visuals. Broken clocks, files flying everywhere. He's like, should I step up? Even if I'm 10 years late to the party? He admits it, 10 years is a long time. The demons he once knew? Probably not the same as the ones running wild now. And if even the strongest players are getting wrecked, the situation is way worse than he thought. He doubts himself for a second. What can I even do? But then his inner voice cuts in, brutal and raw. You're weak. And just like that, the persona kicks in. I, Granfell Claudi Arpius Romeo, Do not run from mere demons. The tone flips from self-doubt to pure, unshakable pride. He locks in, that is my pride. No hesitation. His pride is his weapon. Even if demons tempt, mock, or break others, he's built different. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, can shake the ridiculous, towering pride of Granfell Claudie Arpius Romeo. He takes a breath, steels himself. All right, let's do this. No more running. But Granfell instantly smacks down that tiny hesitation. That was a pointless thought. He walks forward with full pride mode activated. There was no need to hesitate. Pure confidence. Zero doubts. News broadcast hits the world. Demon update. Casualties helpless. The world's in chaos. People are dying in the streets. Reality looks like a horror MMO patch. Scene of carnage outside the subway. Bodies everywhere. Humanity's clearly on the losing side. Our MC calmly adjusts his suit cuffs. Be honored. Yeah, he's about to go full boss mode. Final shot. Him standing tall, radiating pure dominance. I will make sure you return back to hell. The glow-up from hesitant, confident is complete. He's embracing the role of the demon hunter. Several years go by after the Great Cataclysm. Yeah, a lot of stuff got destroyed, but people still managed to get back on their feet. Life returned to the streets, and honestly, everyone just adapted to this new reality like it was normal. People are back to their daily lives, chilling, walking, sipping coffee. But the narrator hits us with a line. Where there's light, there's also darkness. Yeah, foreshadowing alert. We see why. Negative emotions start leaking out of people, and that's literally turning into fuel for devils. The demons are feeding on human despair and frustration. Boom! One guy's completely overtaken. His eyes glow red, veins popping, body corrupted. This is how normal people slowly get turned into puppets of the devil. The red silhouette group decides their target. Let's go with those guys this time. You can already feel something shady brewing. We cut to the real world. Someone checks their phone. Turns out one of their party members is running late. The clock's ticking, but they're not too stressed. The party leader, Nam Kielman, steps up. He's calm, collected, and rocking that tank shield. He reassures everyone. Relax, we've still got a minute before the meeting time. Leadership vibes on point. The last member finally arrives, walking in with that calm but intimidating presence. The party leader immediately points him out. That's the last party member. Nam Kielman introduces himself as the leader, cheerful and welcoming. Our MC responds in his usual composed tone. Nice to meet you. That distorted space? Yeah, that's called a rupture. Players see it as the gateway to chaos. But for normal people, they don't even notice. They walk right past it, scrolling on their phones like nothing's happening. Our guy points out, if he hadn't awakened his powers, he'd be just another clueless civilian too. He spots the dungeon info. It's labeled Knoll's Underground Storage, recommended for levels 35 to 40. But he's level 55, so for him, this place is easy pickings. Then reality hits. Most of the players entering here are around level 200. He sees those insanely high-level players and realizes, yeah, that's a whole different league. Way out of his reach right now. But he doesn't lose hope. Luckily, not only the top dogs awaken. So, he manages to find a party with levels closer to his own. The new teammates show up, all hyped to squad up. We've got Han Song-wook, a deal tanker. Choi Jong-hoon, close-range dealer. And Seo Jeon-jaeon, the magic dealer. Everyone's pumped and ready to go. Nam Kielman points out the progress rate, saying another party must have gone in before them. He tells the team to get ready. They'll enter in exactly 5 minutes. Our MC just stays silent, giving a sharp look, clearly analyzing the situation. The screen zooms in. Destruction progress is at 19.8%. The progress rate is ticking, showing how far the dungeon is already collapsing. The news hits. If the rupture's destruction progress ever reaches 100%, it's game over. The wall between the game and reality shatters, and monsters flood into the real world. That's why players are allowed to freely raid ruptures, like a desperate cleanup squad trying to stop the disaster before it spills out. And here's the kicker. Only players can even touch these ticking time bombs. For everyone else, they're just invisible death traps waiting to explode. The party leader claps his hands and says it's time to move. Everyone turns their attention to him, ready to get going. The rest of the party hypes themselves up. They're cheerful, shouting things like "let's go" and "fighting," showing how pumped they are before the raid. Our MC notices how friendly and energetic everyone is. He realizes he should probably say something too as part of the team, but he's still awkward about it. The MC explains how growing up as the only brother with 3 sisters was basically survival training. He calls it the Great Sister War, and honestly, that chaos prepared him for anything. Trying to blend in with his new party, he dramatically declares, "You do not need to worry, for I am here." The problem? He accidentally sounds like some king making a royal decree. Instant regret hits him like a truck. The party leader tries to hype everyone up, asking if they know what kind of monster they'll be facing. One of the members nervously says, "Yeah, I fought one a few times." Meanwhile, our MC gets straight up ignored, keeping his composure while internally fuming. The MC is mentally breaking down. He realizes speaking only makes things worse, and decides it's safer to just shut up completely. They step into the dungeon, and a notification pops up. Noel's underground storage, food storage. The vibe instantly shifts. Blood-stained walls and wrecked furniture set the scene. The place feels more like a massacre site than a dungeon. The party cautiously advances, tension rising with every step. The girl looks around, confused. She's like, "Wait, this dungeon's called Noel's Underground Storage, but where the heck are the Noels?" Not a single one in sight. The leader immediately chimes in, calm as ever, saying another party must have cleared through here before them. But he reassures everyone, no need to panic. If they just take the right route, there's still plenty of loot and monsters left to go around. Everyone nods, trusting his confidence. The group hypes up, ready to go hunt Noels, but Granfell's face is calm as ever. Suddenly, he narrows his eyes. Something about this place feels wrong. The call goes out. Noel spotted up ahead. The team prepares for battle as the monsters show themselves, ready to clash. The leader yells, "Then let's go," and charges forward with full confidence, shield in hand. The raid begins. The close-range dealer dashes after him, shouting to wait up. The rest of the team rushes in behind. Granfell calmly observes the party formation. 1 tanker, 2 melee dealers, and 1 magic dealer. He's analyzing the setup with a serious expression. The MC notices the party setup looks normal, but the tanker isn't tanking. He's just pulling aggro without actually protecting anyone. Instead, the deal tanker is the one holding defense, and the mage is forced to pump out most of the damage. The MC's confused, like, "Wait, is this how parties roll these days?" Meanwhile, he shrugs it off, since he sees himself as useless anyway. The others are charging ahead, stamina buffs flying, while he's just calmly walking behind, watching the chaos unfold. He's thinking, my biggest problem right now is my inventory. He calls it out, and the screen pops up. The inventory is basically empty. Just a weak silver dagger, overpriced silver arrows, and a beginner's bow. He knows he's in trouble. No strong weapons to rely on. His thought, I should avoid fighting as much as I can until I find something better. But then, trouble already finds him. A deadly arrow comes flying straight toward him, forcing him into the fight before he's even ready. He suddenly senses something's wrong. His eyes sharpen, instantly locking on a danger. From behind the pillars, an ambush explodes. Gnolls leap out, arrows and attacks flying straight at them. The front line takes the hit. Shields clash, blades spark, but it's overwhelming. The tank can barely keep up, gritting his teeth as he yells that there are just too many of them. Songwook's taking heavy fire, arrows cutting into him. He grits his teeth and yells, "Damn it." He screams out Hyung, "Keelman Hyung, help!" But the leader just stands there, watching from the back. Everyone's desperate, shouting at Keelman. "Hyung, what are you doing?" But his cold stare says it all. One of the guys screams at Jong-hoon to fall back, but it's already too late. An enemy's about to land a deadly strike. Jong-hoon freezes for a split second, realizing the blade's aimed straight for him. But before the hit connects, an arrow cuts through the air with insane precision, striking the monster down mid-attack. The creature collapses, blood splattering everywhere, and Jong-hoon turns around in shock. Our white-haired MC is standing there with a bow in hand, saving him at the last possible second. Our guy pulls back his bowstring, cold eyes locked on the chaos. He's like, guess this beast still needs some training. Calm, composed, but you can feel the menace in his words that he admits this whole heroic talk doesn't fit him. But yeah, sometimes punishment's the only answer. He's stepping into that role, whether he likes it or not. The blonde knight stammers out a thank you, still shaken. Meanwhile, the party's side-eyeing our MC like, why does he sound like some medieval king? And even the MC's internally cringing, wishing he could just sound normal. But no time to relax. Suddenly, two gnarly beasts come tearing through the fray. The frontline defense missed them, and now they're charging straight in. The gnolls suddenly flank from behind, catching the squad off guard. Co Jeonjayan, the mage, freezes up. She's panicking hard, doesn't know what to do. But the white-haired MC stays calm, tells her to chill and focus. He's like, I'll hold them off. You prep a big spell even if it takes time. The MC fires off a shot, blasting through an enemy while covering for the team. In the middle of the chaos, he shouts at the mage, demanding how long the spell will take. The mage finally finishes the chant, unleashing a massive fire arrow and warning everyone to brace themselves. Flames engulf the battlefield, monsters screaming as they're swallowed by fire. The explosion rips through, blasting everything apart in a fiery storm. The smoke clears a little. Two party members peek out from cover, coughing and shielding themselves. One asks, "Is it over?" She rushes in, worried, asking if he's all right. But he brushes it off, telling her to focus on the rest of the team instead. He stands calmly over the burning corpse of a monster, his expression unreadable while chaos rages around. Looking at his silver arrow lodged in the flames, he mutters to himself, "Can he take it back? It's too expensive to just waste." The healer quickly tosses a potion to the injured guy, telling him to drink it fast before more enemies show up. But before they can even catch their breath, a terrifying figure appears. Towering, glowing eyes, the whole squad freezes in shock. The blonde instantly loses it, yelling at Keelman, demanding to know what the hell he's doing just standing there. The blonde dude snaps, yelling at the so-called tank. He can't believe they didn't even try to help when the ambush went down. He keeps raging, calling him out for letting the party walk straight into a trap. He's like, "How the hell are you even a tank? Explain yourself." But instead of answering, the tank just smirks coldly. Then the air shifts. Heavy footsteps echo, and this eerie, sinister laugh starts creeping in from the shadows. The dude just bursts out laughing like a total maniac, his voice echoing through the dungeon. One of the teammates snaps, yelling at him, "You think this is funny? You're only standing here cause of your brother's rep. Don't act like you're someone important." But before the argument can even settle, the healer panics. The fire from earlier suddenly starts flaring up again, and everyone's on edge. The dude snaps, laughing like a maniac, throwing out, "Did you just ask if this is funny?" He's grinning like a villain, saying, "Of course it's funny. Watching a bunch of idiots struggle right in front of me is the best show ever." His insane laughter echoes through the place, while the rest of the group stands there frozen, realizing something's seriously wrong. The system drops a bomb. His skill natural enemy just activated, boosting his power against demons. He locks eyes on the truth and calls it out. "You're a demon." The so-called ally finally reveals his true form, demonic aura flaring everywhere, mocking the group for only realizing it now. The dude finally drops the act, mocking them like, "About time you idiots figured it out." His face says it all, straight-up demon vibes. The whole squad freezes, shock written all over. They can't believe what they're seeing, one of their own turning out to be a demon. One of the knights stutters, trying to deny it, but the truth's already out there. The realization hits. Yeah, he's a demon. He's in total disbelief, questioning how Keelman could even be a demon. Suddenly, Everything around him vanishes. He's standing alone in some eerie void, panicking as he realizes the others are gone. A horrific scream echoes, and when he turns, he sees his teammates trapped and bound, their bodies twisted in a nightmarish vision. One of the teammates is begging for help, completely broken and bloodied. The guy stares in shock as Keelman's corrupted presence overwhelms him, his mind spiraling into panic. Fear takes over. His body starts shaking uncontrollably as the system itself declares his status abnormal. Meanwhile, Keelman just laughs, mocking them, saying they're trembling in the nightmare of their own illusions. The MC charges forward, eyes sharp, ready to take on the fight head-on. But in a blink, the demon snatches him mid-move, slamming him with raw power. The demon smirks, grabbing another human as leverage, mocking the MC, taunting if he even cares about the life he's holding hostage. The demon smirks, mocking that if he dies, the hostage dies too. Our MC stays calm, analyzing, armor's too tough, so he needs to aim for the weak spots. Without hesitation, he launches forward, ignoring the threats, ready to exploit those gaps. His skill natural enemy activates, dagger glowing with power, showing he's about to turn the tide. The system kicks in, boosting his battle power insanely just because he's up against the demon. He slams his fist straight into the guy, breaking through with raw force. He doesn't waste the opening. He drives a strike right into the gap in the demon's armor, hitting the weak spot clean. The demon goes wild, swinging his massive blade with reckless rage, screaming, silly, silly, while trying to crush him with brute strength. The demon starts raging, calling humans fake and hypocritical. He mocks them, saying they were just acting friendly with a human they're now ready to abandon. But before he can finish his taunt, the MC throws out a blade skill, aiming straight at him. The demon's eyes go wide, black blood starts pouring out. He collapses on the ground, screaming in pain, while the white-haired guy calmly walks forward. The demon realizes in shock. He just got slashed by a human. Not only that, the blade was silver, burning him from the inside. He tells the demon not to even try talking to him. He straight up declares that he doesn't talk to prey. The demon, bleeding out and terrified, wonders where everything went wrong as the blade looms over him. The younger brother shouts to bring him back to his senses, snapping him out of his daze. He forces a smile, pretending he's fine, while his brother worries about his condition. He brushes it off, saying he was just distracted, but his brother scolds him for diving into dangerous ruptures, clearly frustrated yet relieved he's alive. His brother tells him to stop risking his life and just join his guild as an analyst, but deep down, he doesn't want to live like some loser in the shadows. Next scene, some random hunters recognize him, not for who he is, but as Tamin's older brother. They don't even bother remembering his name, just clowning him with fake smiles. To rub it in even more, they casually brag about how his younger brother cleared another boss raid and even tell him to pass on their congrats, like he's just a messenger for someone actually important. Everyone's throwing shade at him, asking if he's even the older brother, mocking him, questioning what he even does in ruptures. He just forces a laugh, but you can tell it stings. Inside, his real thought spills out. He just wanted to be someone his little brother could actually be proud of. That's when the demon shows up, smiling and whispering, "I'll help." Before he even gets it, the dart power surges into him. He's caught off guard, body twisting as he realizes something's taking over. Keelman's eyes go red as the demon imp starts taking over, whispering he should just sit back and watch. A system warning pops, his mentality's too low, and possession kicks in. Now fully under control, he charges forward like a puppet, screaming, "Let's go," while the others are left stunned, not even processing what's happening. The dude's completely losing it, screaming no, as those demonic shadows wrap around him, dragging him deeper into despair. His mind's crumbling, systems throwing warnings left and right. Mentality too low, resistance impossible, and he's blaming himself for dragging everyone into danger. And just when he's about to fully fall under, the shadows rip apart in midair. He's suspended, body twisting, while our MC looks up with that cold, calculating stare, like he's already 10 steps ahead. Keelman's body is being ripped apart from the inside, screaming in agony as the demon keeps tightening its hold. The white-haired dude doesn't even flinch. The guy's losing his mind, yelling that it hurts, begging him to stop. And now the demon tries to play smart. He's like, if you kill me, this body dies too. Do you really want to be a murderer? BMC just stares silently, sizing everything up. He's calm, collected, like he already knows how this will end. Then he smirks and goes, I get it. Is it your pride? Straight up calling out the demon's fake bravado. And boom, he launches himself forward, striking with full intent, while the possessed guy is left wide-eyed, realizing he's about to get wrecked. BMC lands a clean slash, blood spraying everywhere as the demon-possessed knight roars in pain. Keelman's face twists in agony, his scream echoing as his pride burns through in his final moments. BMC turns calm and collected, acknowledging him. I've received it, Nam Keelman, accepting his pride and resolve as his own. Keelman's finally back to his senses, lying on the ground completely drained. The knights rush toward him in panic. Someone screams out, Demon, and the whole squad is shaken. Keelman grabs his face in disbelief, trembling. He admits it. He really was possessed by a demon. Everyone rushes over, panicked, calling out Keelman's name, checking if he's still alive. Keelman looks at his trembling hands, shocked that he's somehow still breathing even though he was stabbed. He mutters quietly, as if answering his own confusion. I told you. The silver-haired dude stands calm, arms crossed, telling them not to worry. With a cold, confident look, he says the words that silence everyone. He's here. Then he breaks it down. Demons feed on human negativity. That's literally their power source. He breaks it down. Don't let fear take over. Fear is what fuels demons. He makes it clear his strikes only ever land on the demon, not the human host. Keelman, shaken, mutters about pride, finally understanding the meaning behind those words. Scene shifts. He remembers that rule even after all this time. No loot, no reward, just a busted imp, making the whole fight feel even more bitter. A skyscraper under the bright sky, showing a new day and a shift in scene. Keelman is checking online posts about the recent rupture raid. Someone had written about how their party nearly died because he got possessed, but was saved last minute. The comments are brutal. People clowning him, saying he's making up stories, or mocking him for being just a burden. Keelman tries to convince him of the truth about being possessed, but Tameen is doubtful and asks if he's really supposed to believe that. Tameen points out that even though he's a guild leader, trusting someone just based on an online post seems unreasonable. Keelman insists and clarifies that he was the party leader who got possessed. We get a character info card for Nam Tameen, showing he's level 368, player ranking 11th, barbarian, and guildmaster of Jeon. He's completely shocked, spits out his drink, and yells, "What?" after realizing Keelman was actually the one who got possessed. The scene shifts to the massive tower piercing the sky, that place where everything about players and power gets decided. Outside the doors, bodyguards stand firm. Clearly, something big's going down inside. And here's the twist. His friend looks shocked, asking if he's really giving up being a player just to become an analyst for Jan. He can't believe the sudden change, since this guy was always against the idea before. Keelman's brother stares him down, straight up saying he can't wrap his head around Keelman giving up being a player. Keelman just laughs it off, but his brother's like, nah, are you seriously joking about this analyst thing too? Keelman sets his cup down and, with no hesitation, says he's dead serious about it. Keelman admits he's finally figured out his own weakness, and at the same time, he's realized what his true role should be. He says that up till now, he's only been desperately trying to keep up with his younger brother, but now, he wants to start walking his own path with pride. His brother, looking both curious and impressed, wonders out loud, just who was it that managed to bring about such a change in him? He's breaking it down. If that guy didn't get wrecked by the possession status, it means his mentality stat is off the charts. And instead of using magic like most players, he fought with a dagger. With thousands of classes in Archana, it's nearly impossible to pin down exactly what he is. The brother adds his take, saying with that kind of skill set, it makes zero sense for him to walk into that specific rupture. Even he admits, this whole story sounds unbelievable. The brother casually drops it. He actually does trust him and points out that he's been the witness to everything all along. Keelman's caught off guard, but his brother's dead serious, listing out how much he's relied on him for strategy, guild management, and finding new talent. Then he seals it, saying he wouldn't even be where he is without Keelman's help. To prove it, he slides over an actual contract. His younger brother looks at him warmly and reminds him, "You're my older brother and Jane's proud analyst." The older brother scratches his head shyly, clearly embarrassed, mumbling a quiet thanks. Then the younger brother laughs it off and pushes the contract across the table. "Anyway, check out the contract." "What do you think, Mr. Analyst?" He starts reading the contract carefully, his expression calm at first. Then his face shifts, nervous sweat, uneasy grin. He can't believe the insane conditions written there. The scene cuts to outside, a bright sunny day, almost mocking the storm of thoughts in his head. Keelman's party is shocked. He's barely holding on, still trembling from what just happened. His comrades rush toward him, shouting in worry, asking if he's okay. Keelman looks at his hands, panicked, insisting he was definitely possessed by a demon. Granfell's like, "All right, I'll deal with it later. I'm too tired right now." But you can already tell he's not actually going to rest. He heads to bed, but the moment he sees the mess, he freezes. No way this man's sleeping in that disaster zone. Next thing you know, he's in full cleaning mode. Gloves on, apron tied, scrubbing like his life depends on it, while his spirit buddy screams, "Bro, just rest for once." The city winds down as evening hits, but our guy's routine doesn't stop. He's already in the kitchen, getting dinner ready. Granfell, ever the perfectionist, is calmly cooking while keeping everything in control, like it's some sacred ritual. After tasting, he nods in satisfaction. The meal is simple but healthy, exactly what he wants. Meanwhile, the ghost buddy in the back is barely keeping up, totally drained by how extreme Granfell's lifestyle really is. MC admits he's realizing something important from living like Granfell. He reflects, the traits he gave to Granfell, all that pride and discipline, are now affecting him too. Normally, he would have just lazed around, ordered food delivery, and done nothing. But thanks to Granfell's influence, he's eating better, living healthier, and actually building good habits. He's sitting there, thinking to himself, okay, but what exactly are Granfell's talents? And boom, realization hits. Granfell isn't limited to just one skill. The guy can straight up copy magic after seeing it once, and he's got brains to back it up. And that's not even the end of it. He's crazy fit too, swinging weapons and moving like a natural. At this point, the dude's practically an overpowered main character with no weak spots, leaving our guy speechless. Granfell's sipping tea like royalty, acting like he just solved world peace. Meanwhile, the shadow narrator's low-key roasting him, saying, "Bro, you literally wrote down only the good stuff." Now he's holding his phone, all serious mode. He's like, guess I'll just check and see for myself. You know, something's about to drop. And boom, his phone lights up. A long text from Keelman pops up. He's staring at it like, wait, why is this message so long? Did I just get a whole novel instead of a text? He's reading Keelman's long text, but brushes it off, deciding to reject him for now. With that out of the way, he shifts focus. Now it's time to put Granfell's talents to the test. He types in a search, ready to verify if he really can copy any spell just by seeing it once. He's scrolling through videos, ready to test that OP ability, imitating magic just by watching it. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the guild members are staring down in total shock, like they just saw the most unexpected answer ever. And yep, their suspicions are confirmed. He straight up replied "no" to Jay and Guild's contract offer without hesitation. The calmer brother wonders if maybe another guild sent him an offer. But the other dude instantly flips out, demanding to know which guild it is. He starts yelling how Jay and Guild already gave him the best deal possible. House, car, expenses covered, plus a crazy profit split. He can't believe there's anyone offering more than that. The Calmer brother explains that after the Mage's Tower appeared in Seoul, foreign guilds have started moving in. That sets the red-haired guy off again, furious that outsiders would dare invade his turf. The scene cuts to Seoul's skyline, and we see the Mage's Tower glowing under the night sky. The analyst is thinking, even if it's not a foreign guild, the competition is real. He's breaking it down. All the top guilds are based right here in Seoul. Could be any one of them trying to make a move. But the fiery-haired leader loses it, slamming the table in rage. He knows no other guild can match Jane's insane offer, and this contract is something he can't even dare to reveal to his own higher-ups. Red-haired dude's losing it. He's like, I can't just sit still after this. Hyung, spill it, what does that guy even look like? He's fired up, dead serious now. I'll snatch him into our guild myself before anyone else dares. Tell me everything about him. The brother's fumbling, stammering like he's on the spot, appearance while Big Bro explodes. What? You could describe a legendary beast better than this useless answer. The brother's struggling to find the right words, but then it clicks. He remembers exactly how that mysterious guy looked. He blurts it out, saying the dude looked straight out of a fantasy novel, like some aristocrat with serious main character vibes. Not just any aristocrat, though, a top-tier, fancy, noble-looking one that makes people stop and stare. Meanwhile, Granfell is grinding away, taking notes while studying spells. And then, boom, he locks in. He's able to see and understand the magic like it's second nature. The system throws open the status window, showing all the stats lined up. It's decision time, where to drop those points. The ghostly figure's like, yo, intelligence is the obvious move. You just saw how busted magic is. But Granfell stays unshaken, brushing it off with that noble pride. I won't waste points on something so trivial. He's dead serious about sticking to his own path. He's reflecting on Granfell's insane potential, realizing he has no idea where his limits actually end. But one thing's clear, he's ready to keep every option open. Time to allocate points. He drops 2 in his stamina, 2 into agility, and dumps a big 7 in a mana since that's sitting too low for comfort. But then his eyes land on the backstory he wrote for Granfell. Tragic, heavy, cursed with vengeance. He pauses, a chill running through him. He can't help but think, why does this painful past he made up feel so real right now? It's almost like he cursed Granfell with a cruel fate. He smirks, like he already knows what he's about to do. With a single tap, he drops a point in a luck. Lying in bed, he convinces himself this tiny change will shape everything going forward. He closes his eyes, half joking, half serious. Maybe tomorrow, fortune itself will bend his way. He's staring at his reflection, totally blank, like what's this now? Then his eyes widen. Nah, it's more than just luck kicking in. He actually got a class quest. And boom, the screen spells it out. Class quest, prologue of counterattack. The game basically just dropped his first real storyline. He's shocked. This isn't just any notification, it's a class quest popping up out of nowhere. Now, here's the deal. Ever since Arcana merged with reality, quests became super rare. Why? Simple, no NPCs roaming around to hand them out like in a game. And yet, he just landed not a normal quest, but a full-on class quest. That's insanely rare. He's checking out the details and realizes this quest isn't just some random side job. It's tied to the Demon Hunter class. His face instantly changes. He knows exactly what kind of quest this is, and it's not ordinary at all. And boom, it's confirmed. Just like with the Paladin ranker, Guyver, who also had his own class quest. The pattern is real. He realizes this isn't just some random quest, it's tied straight to the Demon Hunter class. But then it clicks, nah, this ain't ordinary. His face says it all. This is next level. And boom, confirmation. News headlines pop up. Rank 1 Paladin, Guyver, already on his class quest. The dude knew it. He pauses on the mouse and realizes this can only mean one thing. Yeah, his suspicion checks out. He's literally the last Demon Hunter standing. And honestly, it all adds up perfectly. This is Ixin, the the so-called base of the demon hunters. But instead of some glorious stronghold, the reality is just depressing. Broken walls, eerie silence, nothing like the legends. And right there, a chilling voice welcomes the newcomers. Welcome to Ikshin, soldiers. The instructor doesn't waste time. He straight up orders them to climb the cliff for the admission ceremony. No warm-up, no warning, just a brutal start. Our guy looks at the wall like, bruh, is he insane? Because this isn't training, it's borderline torture. And yep, it's exactly as bad as it looks. Everyone's struggling, hanging on for dear life while the instructor screams at them to move faster. It's literally just endless, meaningless suffering disguised as training. The instructor's like, yeah, this dump? That's your new home now. And honestly, the place looks like it's one strong breeze away from collapsing. Before they can even settle in, he's like, all right, food time, back to where we started. And the recruits? They're straight up dying, dragging their feet like they already regret signing up. The cafeteria trip isn't a walk, though. It's another cliff climb. The NPCs screaming at them. Move faster, you noobs. Can't handle this. Get out of Ikshin. Meanwhile, everyone's on the verge of passing out. Bro straight up admits, yeah, anyone else would have quit. But for him, nah. He calls it training. Demons mess with your mind. So he's like, that torture? Built different. Made me stronger. He shifts gears, brushing off the past like it's nothing. Now he's focused, tapping into the quest window, ready to see what's really cooking. And boom, the vibe switches. His ghost buddy goes dead silent, staring at the screen like he just saw the end of the world. Our guy's just chilling at his desk when suddenly, bam, that class quest notification is still glowing on the screen, and he's low-key shook. Meanwhile, scene shift. We jump outside to this massive building, the Korean branch of AAU, Anti-Arcana United. Yeah, big player vibes. Inside, we see what this place is all about. Rows of employees grinding away, and the narration tells us straight. AU was built to keep the chaos of Arcana under control. And get this, they went ahead and recruited the OG devs who actually worked on Arcana itself. So here's the deal. After Arcana started messing with reality, quests basically became a rarity. Dude's just casually grinding at his desk while explaining it. He points out the real problem. No NPCs in the real world to hand out quests like in the game. Makes sense, right? And now he's realizing even regular quests are hard to come by these days. But somehow, he just pulled a class quest. These guys are roasting Raymond, calling him creepy, saying he's the one dropping all the update content. But then, plot twist, they realize something. Whenever Raymond uploads something online, it actually pops into real life a bit later. And just like that, bam, an update drops out of nowhere, leaving everyone shocked. They're staring at the screen, sweating bullets like, wait, you're right. No way this is actually happening. Then boom, confirmation hits. One guy jumps up yelling, there's an update? While the other's losing his mind, chasing after him like, bro, where you going? And the dude's like, to quit, man. I'm done with this. Phones are blowing up, alarms everywhere, and the guy with glasses is screaming, unplug the phones before reporters bury us alive. His eyes say it all. This update is no joke. A huge warning drops. Another demon's about to enter the scene, and the world about to get way scarier. A new rupture opens up near the Count family's fortress, and with it come terrifying new monsters ready to tear things apart. Bloodied beasts and bandits show up, their levels way above the average adventurer's pay grade. The Count's army steps in, soldiers, knights, and even devout followers, all sitting at insane levels, showing just how bad this is about to get. And then the real problem reveals itself. A new named monster enters the story. Count Oscura makes his entrance, standing tall with an aura that screams boss-level nightmare. His level flashes across, 430. And those glowing eyes? That's the face of death walking straight at you. The news just dropped. Level 430 monster revealed, and everyone's losing it. The current top ranker is only level 403, so this update isn't something players are even supposed to clear yet. One guy panics, saying it's impossible even if all the strongest rankers teamed up. But the other points out the real issue. It's not just a guild-level threat. This would take an entire association to even stand chance. Someone suggests the Mage's Tower might help, but that idea gets shot down quick. The NPCs, their only move if their tower's in danger. So for now, they won't lift a finger. The guy with glasses straight up admits, this whole situation's impossible. No matter what they do, the outcome's the same. Basically, the higher-ups are just making them sit back and watch people die. He stares at the screen and sighs. It's over. He already knows this rupture is going to blow up into a full-scale breakout. But his co-worker refuses to give up. He snaps back, saying don't jump to conclusions. If they fail the rupture raid, then yeah, those terrifying monsters will actually spill out into the world. He's losing it, cursing out Raymond, blaming him for throwing human lives into chaos. Up till now, updates were insane, but manageable. This one, it straight up shatters the balance. And the only hope? Some miracle landing out of nowhere. Meanwhile, the quest finally reveals itself. Prologue of the counterattack. The last demon hunter's being told it's time to rise up against the demons. And our guy? He just stares at it, whispering one word, why? Bro's quest is no joke. His daily grind is straight up a nightmare. Push-ups, burpees, sit-ups, repeat. His whole body's trembling like it's about to give up. He drags himself to buy food, barely standing, still questioning if pushing this hard is even safe. The cashier asks if he wants a bag, but he just shuts it down. No energy for small talk. And then, the reward for all that suffering? Just a sad-looking sandwich. Like life itself is mocking him. Even though he's beat up from the training, dude still feels that small sense of accomplishment, like, yeah, I actually did something today. But let's be real, he admits straight up, if it wasn't for Granfell's insane pride and stubbornness, he would have quit on day one. And now, the quest drops the real deal. The next stage has finally been unlocked. After grinding through that brutal quest, he finally feels relieved. Mission complete. Now, he can crash for the night without that weight on his shoulders. The next morning, he's hyped, curious about what quest will pop up next. The calm vibe outside makes him think it might not be so bad. But nope, he's already back on the grind, dragging himself through intense training. His reaction? Pure frustration. This system isn't giving him a break at all. His friend is shook, face twisted in panic, like he just realized how brutal this training really is. The system window pops up again. Today's goal looks impossible. Run 20 kilometers, 1,000 push-ups, and hundreds of pull-ups. It's the same nightmare all over. He's out there grinding non-stop, body breaking down, breath heavy, sweat dripping. And then it hits him. This quest isn't new at all. It's a repeat. The system actually expects him to survive this insanity every single day. Bro's completely drained, body wrecked, but still hanging in there. The grind is literally killing him. And just when he thinks it's over, bam, another today's goal quest pops up. It's a non-stop cycle, no breaks, no mercy. He's sitting outside, drenched in sweat, dead tired. Meanwhile, his grandparents are casually chilling, doing their own thing, while he mutters about finishing it all over again today. Bro's literally questioning how many times he has to break his body like this before the system throws him a bone. And then, bam, system pops up with a notice. He's finally cleared a whole week of this torture. The reward drops in. Stats actually go up. Stamina +2, dexterity +2. The grind's paying off, but just barely. Bro checks his stats and realizes he actually got permanent rewards. Stamina up, dexterity up, straight gains. The dude's brain instantly clicks. Raising stats in this world costs a fortune. Like, millions just to bump a single point. And yet, this man just boosted 4 whole points without even leveling up. He's losing it, straight up calling it insane. Bro's hyped, thinking, wait, if this quest keeps repeating, do we just get this reward every time? That's busted. Meanwhile, our MC is chill, sipping tea like, yo, this reward actually slaps compared to the grind. But then the news hits. New update dropped Thursday, and it's causing a storm. And boom, the shocker. Most guilds are straight up giving up on the new rupture raid. MC's face says it all. News anchor drops the bomb. New rupture just dropped, the Count family's territory. And yeah, it's got a nasty surprise. A new name monster, Count Oscura. And here's the kicker. This guy isn't just some random boss. He's a demon and a vampire hybrid, sitting pretty at level 430. That's higher than anything seen so far. Basically, the raid just got labeled as Nightmare Mode. The camera shifts to the Korean branch of AU, and they're just standing there like, no comment. Yeah, they're shook too. He's staring at the news, shocked. Level 430? Like, bro, that's not a boss. That's straight up a death sentence. He's panicking now, thinking, how is anyone supposed to kill that thing? The fear is real. Cut to the online chats blowing up. Everyone's losing their minds. Even the streamers are saying it. Count Oscura, the new boss, is level 430, a vampire and a demon. Basically the hardest raid in history. News anchors drop the bomb. Count Oscura isn't just any mob. He's a full-on vampire demon. The guilds? Straight up backing out. They're saying nope, too risky, not worth a wipe. Meanwhile, our guy's sitting there in the dark, dead silent, head heavy like he already knows this is about to be a nightmare. And here's the real kicker. Demons aren't just tough, they're busted. Every fight makes them stronger, stacking buffs while players just get wrecked with endless status effects. He's thinking, normally you'd need to be 10 levels above a demon just to stand a chance, which means Count Oscura is basically untouchable. But then, the class quest updates, Hunt a Vampire. The system doesn't care how impossible it sounds. He slams his head into his hands, realizing the only vampire out there right now is Count Oscura. The quest is literally forcing him into that fight.